Israeli towns, gunning down and capturing citizens on a Jewish holiday. A bulldozer was filmed tearing down a section of the Israeli-Gaza border fence. The Hamas fighters rolled into more than 20 locations, in some places roaming for hours, as Israel's military scrambled to respond. Israel says that at least 200 people have been killed and more than 1,000 injured. Israel has responded with waves of airstrikes into Gaza, flattening multiple buildings. In Gaza, health officials have reported that more than 230 people have died and more than 1,500 are injured. ABC correspondent Nick Dole reports from Jerusalem.
There's a major operation underway because those Hamas militants, they remain there. They continue to keep hostages at gunpoint after their extraordinary raid this morning. Unfortunately for Israel, some of those militants have taken some of the hostages that they captured into Gaza, and we've already seen some videos of some of those hostages who have crossed the border. This was a complete surprise to people in southern Israel. This is a country which for years has prided itself on its ability to protect itself, particularly its civilian population. There is a huge military and intelligence presence around Gaza and focused on Gaza. So the fact that this was able to happen, this attack that had extraordinary planning, that'll be a question for Israel's defence and intelligence chiefs in the coming days. But right now, the focus certainly is on those civilians. The operation that the IDF has launched today is likely to continue for some time.
What
happened today was never seen in Israel, and I won't let it happen again. The entire government is behind this decision. The Israel Defense Forces will immediately use all its strength to destroy the capabilities of Hamas. We will defeat them to death and take revenge for this black day they have inflicted on the state of Israel and its citizens.
There is a much bigger and ongoing question about how this was able to happen. This certainly was not an act of opportunity. This was very carefully planned. It would have taken months, if not years. Not only did we see people crossing by land and barging through Israel's border fences, we also saw people, some coming in via sea, and at least a few paraglider type craft in the air. Now, it's difficult to even get those that kind of equipment into Gaza given Israel's ongoing blockade, but that would have required training, that would have required some skill, and the fact that things like that were happening in Gaza right under Israel's nose will be a huge source of concern for the government and for civilians there as well. Certainly the scale of the attacks we've seen from the IDF just in the last few hours, I would say, will degrade the Hamas militants' ability to launch further rockets, or at least anything of the scale we've seen today, because a lot of targets were hit, and we're still not sure exactly what they were or who was affected. But yes, certainly Benjamin Netanyahu says that this isn't just something that will be wrapped up in a day or two, that they will continue hitting targets until they can be sure that the threat, in their words, is neutralised.